United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning and welcome to the April 19th, 2021 Clinton County Board of Commissioners meeting. As always, the first item on our agenda this morning is the opportunity for public comment. So if there's anyone here from the public who wishes to speak on any topic who's not on the agenda, now is the time. Okay, seeing no one, we'll move ahead to our first item on the agenda this morning. That's Mr. Richard Huffer from Hillsburg.
Yeah,
Mr. Huffer.
I wanted to find out if anything will be done today. I was just going to quit wasting my time.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Your neighbor, Mr.
Well, that property. Well, he's got them junk trailers in there. He pulled in there last year.
Right.
This is the third year. I've been trying to get something done.
Yeah, and I know it's in the
And they
corner.
were supposed to took this to court last year. And, yeah, I'm just disappointed. I'm tired of. I just want an honest answer. We in and all. If you ain't, I'll just quit bothering you.
Well, I think the honest answer is it's in the hands of the court system right now. To my knowledge, it has not been resolved yet, but I can't speak to that with absolute authority because our area plan director is not here yet. She would have the most up-to-date information on that.
Well, that's
If you'd like to,
probably my last time in, because if they're gonna do it, they'll do it. If they ain't, they won't.
yeah. Well, what I was getting ready to say is if you want to hang out for a little bit, she's usually a little late. She's going to be here. She's on the agenda at 9:15.
Okay,
So
I'll wait.
if you want to wait 10 minutes, we can talk about it then.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Don Layton.
One recommendation
Oh,
on
yep.
that, maybe we could look at some of the salvage yard laws, things like that, abandoned vehicles on property that are unplated.
Okay.
So let me send one of our guys out to kind of document what's out there, and we can start on that process.
Okay.
Because they have abandoned vehicles like that, you do have to have, there's some salvage laws that we can look at, or salvage yard laws, and we'll address that our way and see if we can start the process. And
Great.
we'll go that direction on the abandoned vehicles.
Okay, thank you.
We'll start looking at that. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Don.
Yeah. Okay.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Doing well. Thank you.
I'm just here. I sent over to Jerry this week like a copy of our grant for next year. So
Right.
we're actually like doing our funding for 2022 already, which is crazy to think that we're that far ahead.
Yeah.
So she has all of those for you guys to sign. It's like our pass-through agreement,
Sure.
all of our funding stuff. We're not requesting any capital equipment this year, so it's
Okay.
pretty basic this year. We do have a little bit of an increase in funding, and that's to increase driver wages.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. Like the state has recognized that through everything that they've had to deal with lately, that they deserve a little bit of extra money. So
Okay.
that's good news. I also brought with me just for you guys' information, our compliance review stuff. So we actually were set to have a compliance review in 2020, and that all got pushed back. For some weird reason, I'm not sure why it all got pushed back.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we it was a really unique system this year. We did an online compliance review. So we submitted information to the state, like uploaded tons of documents for review. Then they sent everything back to us. We were also blessed with that in 2020. We were supposed to have our compliance review. And then in 2021, we were supposed to have our federal drug and alcohol review. So we got hit with everything at the same time. But I just gave you guys the documentation to show you that we passed everything. Everything is in compliance. Our drug and alcohol, we had like a few minor corrections with like our host site, like that we use locally, that just changes that had to be done. And then with our compliance stuff, we had to rewrite a procurement policy. So that's really it. And Jerry's got all the stuff for you to sign. And then I think there's attorney signatures that have to go on it, as well as our quarterly report. So do you guys have questions for me? It's like super simple.
I don't, because I'm very familiar with what this program is, but I know that Jordan and Mark are new to this, so.
And I met with Mark, so
Okay.
kind of.
Okay.
So if you want to meet with me one-on-one, sometime
Yeah.
Jordan and I can
Yeah.
tell you what we do and how we do it and how we're funded and all that fun stuff.
Okay, so essentially we just act as a pass-through for our grant money, but they do quite a bit of good here in the community with that money, so it's people.
Yeah, and we're getting back on track. Like things have been kind of weird because of COVID. So we were averaging around like 275 trips a day. We're about maybe 175 right now. So we're slowly increasing. And we're also, if you guys hear people that need transportation to get their vaccine shots, have them call us. Like that seems to be an issue for people. So, all right, thank you.
Can I ask you a favor?
Yes,
Can I sign these later?
yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, no hurry.
thanks.
I have until May 18th, so that gives you a few weeks.
I'll get them to you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is Rick Campbell with the highway update. Good morning, Rick.
Bunch of stuff. I'm probably gonna forget something. I have appraisals for Bridge 67. This doesn't cost us anything, it just needs to be signed. We did the scoring for the bridge, inventory.
Okay.
And got those to sign. I got the paper from the state on our roads that they're using right now because 26 is closed. And supposedly they will reimburse us some money if the roads get tore up, so.
That is correct.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, back mid last year, we had to approve, I think it was 800 North as an alternate route.
That's
and-
the one, they're
and they-
tearing it up. I have all these covered. Appraisal, and, yeah,
This is for MnDOT for 800 North?
yes,
Okay.
Yes, if I may add a little bit to what Rick said.
Yeah.
Those are the APAs,
Okay.
appraisal problem analysis, that tells the appraiser what to look for, because they don't know if there's gonna be damages, such as maybe they're taking out a tree,
Sure.
moving closer to the house, which might decrease the value of the property. So it just tells the appraiser what to look for. That's all that is, part of the red tape of the federal aid process. That's all that is.
Okay.
All right, the appraisal, what are you talking about? The bridge?
Right, I entertain a motion, go ahead and sign the
I'll make a motion to go ahead and sign the APA.
Second. Okay, motion carries 3-0.
So they are tearing up 800.
oh, yeah,
You guys haven't heard yet?
oh, yeah.
I heard, I just want confirmation.
You know, if we spend any money on that, we need to keep track of it, so maybe we get some of it back.
Yeah, that was the thought process behind that agreement, yeah.
And we're changing pipes on 1100. Supposedly one of these days we'll get some community crossing grant money. We'll pave that one and we'll pave 800 north.
Right.
But we gotta change pipes on 800 north too. And we'll have to close it, so the traffic have to go another way.
What else?
We're still spraying gravel and we're just trying to do a hand patch, not hand patch, but dirt patch. And we hired a new guy and he started today. He's on a patcher.
Did you hire?
Yeah, Adam Carter. He worked at the state. And his dad worked at the highway department, so he's pretty good help. So I think he'd be all right. Good. Plus he had a CDL license.
That's good.
Yes, it was.
All right, we'll give you.
Have the other road closures caused any issues like 800 North? Because it feels like everywhere there's some construction around the county.
Just 800 north, so I'm gonna cause us some trouble.
Okay. Let's sign these after we're done. Is that okay? Okay. Is that all you had?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I do have one other thing.
Okay.
We had money in the budget for a mowing tractor,
Oh, okay.
and the John Deere dealer is working on that. So it should be here in July. And I don't know if it'll have a mower on it, but we just gotta it's a package deal, tractor and mower.
Okay,
And it's at the bid price.
okay.
What size is it?
Pardon me?
What size tractor?
6110.
Okay, all right.
Good deal. All right. Liz is not here.
Yes, she is.
Oh, hey, Liz. Were you here earlier when I was talking about you and I didn't see you, or?
No, I think
Okay.
you were after it.
It was nothing bad. Okay, you're up. And if we could, Mr. Huffer's here. Obviously, we've had an ongoing issue in Hillsburg, and he's asking for an update. He's at the end of his patience with us, so.
Sure, and I apologize, I wasn't aware it was on the agenda, so I
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to check with our attorney, but
Okay.
the junk and debris is in court, so it's whatever schedule the judge and the case is working their way through.
Okay,
I would have to make a couple calls, and I can get that info.
can you? Okay. That'd be
I
great.
just didn't realize I needed it this morning.
No,
so.
wait, no, that's okay. It
But
is.
yeah, as far as I know, that's the only enforcement action we have out there. We tore down the house, so the lien for that is placed, but,
Okay,
but junk and debris, there's a couple campers and,
yeah, the sheriff's graciously offered to help check and see if there's any violations there with those junk vehicles and abandoned vehicles.
any assistance would be appreciated.
Yeah.
I mean, not just this one, but with any of them, if we could tag team with other departments to find sometimes there's a faster solution, I'm all for it.
Now, later on, it won't be long before that will have to be mowed. It's not that high yet.
All you need to do is call our office and let
Yeah.
us know when it hits that height and cattle go out.
What they go, 12 inches,
7.
7? No, 1, 2.
It's there.
So, all right, I'll let Kat know to go out and take a look.
Okay. Well, I'll get out of your hair.
Well, you're not bothering us, I'm just,
Well.
you're never
You
bothered.
have places to go.
All right, I understand.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see.
See you, Mr. Hopper. All right.
Okay, I've got a couple other things.
Okay.
One, and then I apologize if this already came up, but since I missed the very beginning of the meeting, but the elevator over in
No,
Manston.
that's perfect. Let's talk about that.
So as I think all of you were actually at the council meeting, so I think you may all be aware already, but council did go ahead and give funding to accept the lowest bidder, which is Green Demolition Contractors. And that will segue into my other topic, but we should be able to count that as also matching funds in a grant application along that corridor, which is something that Mark and Jordan, you weren't present, but Josh would probably remember we talked about before COVID hit. And we're back to needing to decide if we're going to accept that bid or not. For green demolition,
Yeah,
for 72,800 to remove all
Sorry,
the
you threw me
wood
for a loop there.
structures of the elevator.
Yeah,
I'm
you guys
sorry.
were present for that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll make a motion to accept green demolition.
Yes, second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0.
Okay, we'll get paperwork signed and get them started. My other item is, and I know Josh, I believe, was still there. Maybe Jordan might have been too.
Yeah.
So
Like
when
the trail?
this was discussed at council, yes. So Josh would recall this, Mark and Jordan, I don't believe you were yet commissioners, but before COVID started, the commissioners had authorized me to start moving ahead more seriously in terms of moving toward a grant application for round 3 for Next Level Trails for a connector between Frankfurt and Colfax, where the Big 4 comes up from Indianapolis. Of course, COVID hit, the Next Level Trails program lost funding. Here recently it was refunded, and they're accepting 3rd round grants. November 1st, I believe, is the opening date for that, and December 1st is the deadline to have it in by. So we're moving forward with starting to do everything necessary to put that together. One component of that will be some land acquisition planning that needs to be done, which is requires commissioners' assistance. And I would like to sort of allow an opportunity if you have additional questions as the board makeup has changed to field those. But also I'd like to ask if you could give me somebody as a representative. There's a lot of stuff I handle, just straightforward, but there's times when it's helpful to know, okay, who am I going to call when there's a question or something where I want to make sure we're all on one page before I make a decision and someone goes, wait, what'd you do over there? So.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll take it on. I mean, it's in my district and I think it's gonna have an impact on ag, so
Sure.
I'd be glad to be
I think
involved
your
with it.
counterpart on the council is Alan Dunn, is that correct?
Correct, yeah,
Okay.
correct. So, nope, that's perfect
Great.
and appreciate it. And I think that's everything that I've got, unless you have anything else for me.
I don't.
All right, thanks.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. Okay, moving right along. Well, first item under old business was the Manson elevator bid, so we've already cleared that out, so that's good. So let's move on to we got lawn care bids. We need to approve a lawn care bid. Well,
They were pretty close. I mean,
Pretty
it looked
close.
like within $10 or less on
Yeah.
most.
They were busy.
Who is it? Who is it?
Was it Piercy and Smith?
Warren.
Warren.
Warren, yeah. Yeah, Warren has been for the last 4 years, and I don't know that he's ever raised his rates. We did add a couple of properties this year, so that did change things, but they're very, very close. So,
I'll make a motion for Warren.
Do we need to take the Board of Health off? We maybe talk since
Yeah.
that one's not
That
included, right?
get rid of that, yeah, because
Okay.
that's where we're at.
We can adjust it.
We can adjust.
That's
it.
correct.
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. Past your bids, we had, I believe, only one bid from Mr., I don't want to mess this up, Metzger, correct? We only have one bid, okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve Mr. Metzger's
Make a motion to
past your bid.
approve. Past your bid.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. We have pay app number 7 for Atlas for the sewer project. We need to go ahead and approve that so that Rick can make that happen at the bank.
I'll make a motion to approve the payout number 7.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. We have pay app number 11 for JG Case Construction, who is our water constructor. Entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion to pay 11.
Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0 for pay app number 11 for JG Case. We have an ADP release letter that some of you know. We had a brief relationship with ADP, I guess is the best way to describe it, and we quickly found out that they weren't acclimated to government entities to provide payroll and time card management and that type of thing. So once we figured out they could not fulfill their contract, we asked them to release us, and even though they can't fulfill their end, they wanted to argue with us a little bit. So I think we finally have this settled, and we've got a release letter here that will finally be done with that relationship. So,
I'll make a motion to approve the release letter.
Second.
okay, motion carries 3-0. Okay, next on the, we had on the agenda the approval of the Eastside EMS interlocal agreement. However, we're going to table that until we have, we've received 2 interlocal agreements, one from Forest Township and one from Sugar Creek, and we're waiting for Warren, Johnson, Kirkland, and there's probably one I'm forgetting, Michigan Township. So, and I have been in contact with them, and I fully expect those at any time. We've already gotten $22,500 from the townships to go towards the Eastside EMS project, and I expect to clear the $100,000 goal. So anyway, we're going to take that off the agenda. The next thing on the agenda is to approve and sign our contract for legal services with for the condemnation of Whitehead parcel at the I-65 State Road 28 interchange. Everyone else has agreed to the appraisals that were performed, with the exception of one landowner. So decided as a group of commissioners, I think at our last meeting, to go ahead with the condemnation process. And then this would just be carrying out with the proper attorney to take care of that, someone who specializes in this. So I'll entertain a motion to
I'll make a motion to start the process.
Second.
okay, motion carries 3-0. Okay, any other old business, anyone? Okay, new business, we have an industrial development grant fund agreement. I'm afraid that I'm not up to speed on this particular agreement. Was it? I must have missed it.
I thought it was for the water and sewer stuff.
The $750,000 maximum grant, how I interpreted it when I read through it. But I wasn't sure.
Is this from, oh, Indiana Economic Development Corporation? I know exactly what this is. Yep, you're right. Back when we started the project for the sewer and water expansion, the IEDC pledged $750,000 towards the program. So it looks like we're finally getting that. Better late than never, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve that agreement.
So, second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. And we have a letter of engagement from Baker Tilly. It was a master services agreement to provide not only comprehensive financial analysis for Clinton County, but to also, as a secondary part of that, to guide the commissioners and council through the American Rescue Plan process and making sure that we maximize our opportunity for grant funding, not only from the money that's been allocated to Clinton County, the 6.2, but to also the various pots of money that the state of Indiana has access to also. There's several billion, hundreds of billions of dollars that are accessible. Now, I know that the letter, as stated, we had some questions about the way it read. We wanted to make some changes. Is that correct?
The only thing I felt like, since we're involved in the ordinance process and figuring out how those funds are spent, to have them to report to us and give us a summary.
As opposed to just the
council as it read.
I would agree.
And so kind of that way we're all on the same page was the only thing I saw. So we may be able to approve it and then just have that part additionally.
What I would ask for then is your conditional approval to sign the letter of engagement pending them agreeing to the changes that we're going to ask for. Does that sound good?
I'll make a motion to approve it with some conditions.
So we'll sit on that until we get the changes from Paige Sansone. And sorry, he made the motion. Second. Okay, motion carries 3-0. So we'll sit on that until we get the changes made, then we'll go ahead and engage them. And then we also have the local emergency plan commission's emergency response plan. So we need to approve and sign that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. Okay, motion carries 3-0. Okay, well, we're signing that. Is there any department heads this morning that have anything to report? Renee?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So the tower crew arrived Friday to remove the antenna. We did not know they were also going to have to remove all of the coax, which was about 150 feet of coax that went up through the middle of the tower.
Oh.
So I'm like, if Waterworks says it's got to come out, do it.
Yeah.
So I know they're going to have additional fees
Okay.
for that, but I said,
Yeah.
it's got to be done.
Sure.
So then I did not anticipate having to find a location to store all of this. So I went and met with the sheriff and I said, hey, do you have, so he graciously said, yes, we'll get it. So I met with Terry, Waterworks transporter. I have no means of transporting all of this. So, so Terry helped Waterworks and we got it down. And so it's all stored in the jail waiting on reinstall. So that is taken care of. So at least that's one thing under the belt there. Also on Friday, I received a letter of resignation. Gosh darn it, we just can't.
Talked about
I know, I
jinx
jinx it every time I do that. So I wanted to get your approval to replace that position.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to offer it to our part-time, obviously, first. I'm hoping he will take it. If not, then we will open up a process. So I would like to offer that to him. So yeah, our one put in his 2-week notice. So I did want to get your approval to be able to replace him.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Then just a little side note that the Women of Dispatch, so we had attended a virtual conference and one of the speakers was a group of ladies called 9-1 Wonder Women. And so they are sponsoring a virtual 5K. So I've asked the ladies in dispatch to join me. So it can be done over 4 days. But it's a virtual 5K, and we are going to do that on next Thursday, the 29th. So just a little fun, it's a thing for the women, and that particular day, I chose that because that's the day all of our guys work on that shift. And so we're gonna take off from the jail and get our 5K in, and just be a time to, be together, do things,
Sure.
so.
Nice to get together outside of the workplace.
Yes,
sometimes.
yes, we don't get that opportunity very often, so, and then, it's good for all of us, so.
Yes.
But anyways, wanted to tell you that, so. Other than that, I don't think I have anything.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thanks.
Any other department heads?
Sure. The storage on the radio, on the tower, and that was easy. That was an easy fix.
Okay.
So, and to get us back up and running as soon as possible, and plus with the theft of wire, things like that, I just didn't want to try and replace that kind of material and that. So anything you need, we'll keep an eye on it. So, couple things, freezer at the jail, the walk-in freezer we're having some issues with, so it's one of those things where we've got to have it. And so we'll figure out with council and with you guys on the replacement or repairs, and I think it's old enough, there's no repairing it.
I've already talked to Terry about it.
Yeah, I know you,
Go ahead and
I've seen your
replace it.
emails and.
See if there was something in your budget. He
Yep.
said there wasn't, so I told him to talk to council.
Well, I mean, it would fall probably under regular maintenance, or it would fall under, other funds that we would use. So, and we'll have some conversation about that on the side, and we can get that taken care of. Lights in the jail, I sent you the email.
I want to publicly acknowledge that you notified me that has been damage occurred since the cessation of the sale.
Right. So we'll find it. We've got the answer. We've got great maintenance guys, and this is not something new. So nice having guys that have been there for over 10 years. They've seen this in the past, so but it's just an extra $5,000 that we're gonna have to put into it. Merit hires starting. We have one replacement from Standard County budget, and then we have the 2 federal funded people that we talked about using the federal money to do that with. This process will take 2 to 3 months, and as soon as we can advertise it, we'll sit down and talk about the process and how long it's going to take. And it's typically 2 to 3 months before we can get through the entire process. So we're looking at later this, probably I would say July at the earliest. August would be more, and then having the ability to get those 3 officers put out there. So, I mean, we're talking time. We've got time, so we can watch that fund and see where we're at. But I think, with everything, we're staying at 60 to 65 on the federal inmates. We originally, goaled for 50, and we do have the room, and we're still on an average 160 to 165 on a daily average in a 223 facility. So, I mean, I think we're in good shape going into the rest of the year. And obviously, crime has not stopped. We still have, there's the need there. So, I mean, we haven't had any, thoughts of federal shutdown or anything like that. So, I mean, as far as their budget goes, we're still strong. So, we're still pushing along and doing really well with that.
Good.
So, and with your support, I would like to, and we're going to wait till we talk to council, and then we'll move forward with an advertisement, because I don't want to advertise it if we're, if there's going to be anything later down the road where we have to pull back from. And as always, I mean, it is, there could always be something happen later down the road. So with that in mind, but I would like to get it advertised and start recruiting some people.
Yeah, I don't like
get
it.
in
I want you to be sure.
Does that need a motion, or? I'll make a motion to approve the
I appreciate it.
merit deputy.
Second. Okay. Motion carries 2-0.
Thank you, appreciate the support, but yeah, the radio issues, we've worked, Renee's done a fantastic job. Raycom has come in, reprogrammed our jail radios because it was going to be an issue, so, with everything, it's been painless, to say the least.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thanks for your cooperation.
Any other department heads? Greg Miller.
Hey,
Morning.
just an update over, it's taken a year, but to let the commissioners know that as of March the 29th, Lot 1 of the McLean Miller subdivision, which is the only lot out there, was officially donated to the county. So it's the March 29th to have a deed that's been signed and duly noted that finally that property is the county. So
That's fantastic news. And one of
so there's some work going on out there. Obviously, it looks like they made some real improvement just since Friday.
Okay.
Got some dirt moved and things covered up there. So looks like today they should be going to great guns with getting some concrete poured. So looking good. So that I think it shows that it was entered with the auditor's office on the 29th. So hopefully that's all official. So it's in the hands of the county now.
Good
So.
deal. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you very much. We appreciate not only your hard work on that, but we also appreciate your family's cooperation. We know how important that piece of land was to not only you, but former Commissioner Doc McLean, your wife, your late wife Karen, and her brothers. And you know, it's been a pleasure working with you on that whole thing. And on behalf of all of Clinton County, we appreciate the donation. So very appropriately named.
It's going to a great cause, and obviously to see that, I mean, actually useful now instead of just sitting there empty. It's gonna.
Yeah, I remember going by at the school bus, and that house was when I was little.
Yeah.
And that house, you know, was there. It's been a fixture for, gosh.
Yep. It has, and you know, a new generation will see that, and hopefully that'll go on for you know, years to come. So, nope, it's a great cause.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
I'd like to add one thing.
Yes.
With Greg and I and Rodney and the contractors, there's been a few issues, as construction always has. So
Sure.
we've tried to work through them, but it sounds like we're getting there. Sometimes it's just a little slower than everyone likes, but I think ultimately at the end, we'll have a good product out there.
Good. All right. Any other department heads? All right. Commissioners, do you have anything to report this morning?
I have two things.
Okay.
So, we signed the resolution for the House Bill 1381.
Correct.
To kind of support keeping the alternative energy, solar and wind and local control. And as of now, that has been defeated at that level. It's left open where it could continue in the future or even with some other sessions that are happening. But for the majority of the time, it's defeated at the moment. So, but something to keep on our radar going forward.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting process to follow because it was in the 11th hour and the final minutes that it died, because it appeared to be on its way to passing because it had 2 or 3 amendments that had made it more palatable. But in the end, Indiana Association of County Commissioners and Indiana Association of Counties were still opposed to it. And I know a huge credit needs to go to Brian Buchanan, who worked very diligently, who's our state senator behind the scenes. I know he got a daily earful from me, and we weren't the only ones. Surprisingly, some of the counties that had a huge development, particularly White County, they were the most opposed to it, and so that just goes to show you we were correct in opposing it. We know better than anyone else what needs to happen here. So yeah.
Thank you for your effort.
Yeah. So
the second thing was working with Alan and the Fair Council. There's some budgeted money for updating out there, in particular the grandstands. So we have a feasibility study that has been done with Structure Point, and so we're kind of working through figuring out, making sure that covers everything that it needs to, and then we'll kind of we may have to, I guess it's a question for Tom. I believe we'll have to do the bids for that size of project, correct? Okay, that was the main thing, but just wanted everybody to be aware. It's going to take some time, but we're started the conversations, and the facility, in particular the grandstands, need to be brought up to code and accessibility. So, just getting started on that.
awesome. Okay, Mark, you got anything? Nope, I don't either. All right, we'll move on to claims. And we have claims dated April 9th, 2021, the amount of $7,021.21. Claims April 16th, 2021, in the amount of $38,836.71. We have biweekly claims dated April 19th in the amount of $401,180.57. And we have claims dated April 19th in the amount of $18,373.69. I know you guys have had the claims have been in our docket on Google Drive since at least Thursday. Have you guys had anything you'd like to flag or ask questions about?
No.
No? Okay.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0 to approve claims. In the matter of payroll, we have payroll dated March 26, 2021 in the amount of $406,592.85.
Make a motion to approve payroll. Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. We have minutes dated April 5th, 2021. Board of Health payroll dated March 26, 2021, the amount of $799.96. Somebody's going to be not very happy about
Motion to
that.
approve. Second.
Okay, motion carries 3-0. In the matter of minutes, we have minutes dated April 5th, 2021. We have minutes dated from an executive session on March 25th, 2021. And that is it for minutes. You guys have anything you wish to change or alter?
Make a motion to approve the minutes as is.
Okay, motion carries 3-0 to approve minutes. Any other business this morning needs to come before the Board of Commissioners? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All right, meeting adjourned.